Come on.
So let me answer this guy. What are you gonna get? You gonna get mad at people that are in motorcycle clubs their whole lives for talking like they're in motorcycle clubs their whole lives? Like, get out of here.
Wouldn't be any kind of club, no matter what it is. It could be a circus ring, no matter, like we said earlier before we went live. You know, it's that way in all different kinds of levels of stuff. You know, whether it be the police department or the government officials or your township supervisor and the nurse, or you know, they're all corrupt. You know, they're all corrupt in my eyes.
Yeah. Look at Big Rob flexing over there.
I got
Yeah, I know, man. We got
so my cord's short. I gotta hold the damn cord while it's plugged into the wall.
Hey,
Yeah.
I just want to know, man, after all these years, how the hell does Rob's mustache stay black and mine's turning white?
Come on, man.
Rob's
Just
older
for
than
men,
me.
baby. Just for men. Brush it in, baby. Brush it in.
Well, if I had some hair, I would.
It's
Don't
like
worry, I'm going to hook you up. I'm going to bring some with me. We're going to hook you up. Next time you see Peewee, he's going to be all dark. Yeah, he's going to be all dark. Next time we see him, we're going to hook him up.
So this is the second time this person asked this, Peewee. What happened in Sturgis when George from Lowell was arrested?
That was a year after me, Rick. I quit in 2010, and that was 2011. That's when the Mongols walked in the front door and they started fighting. And I don't know exactly who got stabbed. Some of them guys did. Some of the other guys did. And a bunch of people went to jail, and George was one of them. That's all I know of that. But I can tell you this: owning that motorcycle shop. Owning that motorcycle shop, bro, for 19, owning that bike shop for 19 years, bro. Nobody ever walked in my front door when I was on watch, and nobody ever tried to take me down in there. The first year I quit, they walked right in the door.
Well, yeah, they knew
that tells you something right there. Because I'll tell you something, bro. I got to a point where I was trying to explain this when I was talking on the tapes that some of these morons and these undercover careers that are trying to go on there, read his stuff. You read my stuff, Rick. What I was trying to explain to the cop, when I was sitting there, I said, you bastards give us no respect. So how do you expect us to even sit here and talk to you? And he says, why should we give you any respect? I said, listen. So all I did was tell him a little story. I said, listen, man, one of the members punched our owner in the face in Sturgis, broke his jaw. I was standing in the parking lot of my shop. The cop car came down, the unmarked. He flagged me. He's like, hey, come here, Peewee. I walked up to the window and I said, what's up? And he says, we got the videotapes. We saw the punch. Bob, the owner of the bar, his jaw is broken. We could charge with a felony charge. Here's what we were going to do. We were going to raid you tonight about midnight with about 80 cops, helicopters, dogs, the whole routine. He says, if you promise me that you'll bring this member up that did the punching, he says, if you bring him up to the police station with you, and he tells us he's going to be in court tomorrow, I go, hey, wait a minute. Tomorrow's Sunday. We're leaving. And he says, court's open 7 days a week during Sturgis. And if he says he'll show up tomorrow, we won't arrest him. We won't raid your house tonight. And he goes, you'll get a slap on the hand. We'll drop the felony and give him a misdemeanor. He'll do a fine and be on his way. No bail money, no nothing. I mean, bro, what more of a deal could you ask for? I says, how come you're offering me this super deal? I mean, why would you do that? I couldn't understand it. And he says, well, you've been here a long time, and we trust you. We know you're a man of your word. If you do this, this is the way we'll work in the future. And I said, wow. He said, we wouldn't do this for the Banditos or the Sons or anybody. So I'm giving you an opportunity of a lifetime. And I said, all right. He says, all right, hopefully we'll see you in a little bit, or we'll see you tonight. That's just what he said to me. And he drove off. So I went in the house to this member, and I says, hey, I said, man, I think you ought to do this deal. I'll walk up there with you. And I can't remember the old member from New York City, in jail forever. He came home. He died now. He's dead. He was a member for like 35, 40 years back then, but he did a lot of time and he just got out. And he was sitting there. He said, I'll go with you. And I said, yeah, come on. I'm another member with to hear what's going on. So he says, you got to fly back to Massachusetts tomorrow, bro. They know you're flying. They already ran your name. They told me his name. They told me his name. So they knew who did it. And they said, if he tries to run, then we're really gonna hem him up. So I tell this dude, why would you want to run? Let's just go up and see, what's gonna happen. And the New York guy says, yeah, let's do it. So all three of us walked up the alley. We got there, we walked in, they were really cool. We sat down, they sat down in a room and they said, hey, all we want to do is to agree. You're not signing anything. All you got to do is shake your head or tell us verbally, yes, you'll be here tomorrow for court. That's the end of it. Hey, no arrest, no bail. And he says, how do I know you really know it was me? He said, we got you on video. He says, well, let me see it. And they said, we'll show it to you when we go to trial, when we charge you with a felony. Right? And this dumb, and he was like, he just kept pushing it. And he says, I wonder if I take off.
Idiot.
And they said, well, if you take off, we got cameras all around that house. You believe we're going to grab you. I just looked at him. I said, bro, just take the fucking, tell him you'll be here tomorrow. And then the New York guy says, tell him. They're offering you a good deal. He goes, all right, I'll be here tomorrow. And that was the end of it. He got a $500 fine, slap on the hand, they let him go. So I told them pigs that in Las Vegas, when I got arrested, I said, see, all you got to do is show a little respect to us and we come right back. The cop said, well, you ain't getting that from me. And we didn't.
Well, you know what your charter probably took from that?
But like BA said, though, I had to pull up there. I've been there 19 years, bro. Those cops all knew me so well. They were gonna, when they came to bust me, we would have words back and forth, yelling at, calling each other names and all kinds of shit. It was crazy, bro.
Yeah, Joey.
It was crazy.
That he thinks Pep is the New York member.
Pep? No, it wasn't Pep. I knew Pep. I loved Pep. Pep's he passed on, but no, it wasn't Pep. You could think he was older than me. I mean, I'm 66 now, but I'm talking about the time happened. I was in my
Smiling Rick borrowed my truck when we were in New York so he could go upstate New York and visit Pep while he was locked up.
Oh, man, I wish I could think of this guy's name.
All right, move on, buddy. You're dragging.
Yeah.
Frozen. Look at that face.
Peewee, I'm going to send you some money so you can buy some hotspot Wi-Fi, buddy.
Did you know Greek transferred from Frisco to Vegas in 2001? He probably would have had to have gone with you.
Yeah, I love Greek, man. Greek was one of my favorite brothers, bro. Greek did transfer, and I went to Vegas because of Greek, and I had a...
Oh, my God. Somebody save me.
Oh, you're doing it.
Well, we won't have to do much editing when it comes to Peewee,
yeah,
for sure. We're just gonna have to go ahead and cut him right on out of here.
Why, you need a deathhead, bro? You need a new one?
Oh my goodness. Who the hell am I to expect a savior?
Poor
Oh
Peewee.
man.
Sometimes
I put up with.
There he comes.
You love it, big feller. Wait a minute. I almost forgot. Both of you guys are out and bad. Am I supposed to be talking to you?
Oh, God.
Yeah, that we are.
Yeah. No, we lost him.
Which is crazy because he's right down the street.
Yeah, and it's funny because I have this giant antenna on my house that I don't use, and he tells me, hey, don't throw that away. I want to come get that. I'm like, what the hell are you going to do with that?
Obviously, he needs it really bad.
Yeah, I told him, come get the damn thing.
You could hear BA jabbing at Peewee better than you could hear Peewee talking.
He sounded like a damn, what is that, AI robot shit? Oh, my God.
Man, I take a lot of abuse from that guy, let me tell you.
Oh, I give him a lot of abuse, man. I give him a lot of abuse.
He'll call me in the morning. What the fuck's up, motherfucker? Answer
Oh,
your
he ain't calling in the morning time because he don't wake up till 10, BA. I give him shit all the time because he don't wake up till 10. I wake up at 4 and eat breakfast at 6.
Yeah, last year he gets all pissed off because I told him I said I'm leaving Friday, you know, and he's like, all right, I'll see you for Friday night, right? And I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, it's 12-hour drive, bro. So like 9 o'clock at night, he goes, yeah, I just thought I'd call you one last time. I'm turning my phone off, and I'm gonna turn it off all weekend. You fucking no-show bitch. I knew you weren't fucking coming. And hung up, and I'm like, golly, man, I'm only 2 hours away. So I get there and I go in and I tell Christine, I'm like, where's that fucker at? She's like, he's in
there.
bed.
He is.
I go in there and grab him by the face, give him a big old kiss. I'm like, I'm here, bitch. He's like, oh,
Robot
BA.
man.
Oh, yeah.
Robot man back.
You get late and he'd leave me voice messages. I knew you weren't coming, motherfucker. I'll see you later. Turn my phone off. Like, dude.
Oh, shit.
Man. I hit a deer and ran over some kids. I'm coming.
Hey, Peewee.
Yeah.
I was telling Rick about the white squirrels.
Oh, yeah. He does have white squirrels, bro.
I've never seen white squirrels ever in California.
They've been putting in work on his
Did you tell me? Yeah. Hey, I got 2 more today, Rick. So that puts it up to 77, bro. 77 squirrels I wiped out. But
Good job, squirrel killer.
The killer.
Hey, did Bob hear what his neighbor told him about the white squirrels?
I was telling him about the white squirrels. I've never seen white squirrels before. Oh, I know what you're talking about, Peewee. So Rick, I asked the neighbor, I said, what the hell's the deal with the white squirrels? And he tells me, what are you talking about, boy? Everything's white up here.
Oh, God.
I said, oh, damn. I said, wow. I said, okay, then.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Yeah, I was like, wow. Right. All right.
That's when you started dyeing your mustache, right, John?
Oh, it's a little different up there, buddy. Man.
They want to know if it was Glenn in New Hampshire that trained the dogs.
I think it was. He's a good dude. He was a pretty good dude. I heard he's not in the club anymore, but yeah, he was a good dude. And when I heard you ask me, somebody asked something about Whitey. I was just watching an old VHS tape I found that I have not seen in 30 years. And Whitey's on there, but Whitey was like, he was out there, man. He didn't give a shit who you were. Man, I seen that dude rip off everybody, even his own mother. I said he died. He owed me $2,400. He went to my shop and got his bike out of it and didn't pay me for it because I was in jail. And then he got his bike, and next thing you know, he dies, and I get fucked out of him.
That's the best time to get your bike is when you're in jail. They ain't gonna go up in there while you're there, duh.
But yeah, Whitey was no favorite of mine, bro. In junior high school, I beat the living piss out of him. So bad he crawled underneath the car and he was hiding under the car. He was under the differential, right under the rear end. And I thought, how the hell did he get under there? And I was kicking him in the face pretty good, and he crawled my car to get away.
Hey, show Rick your high school picture.
Huh?
Show Rick your high school picture when you're like 300 pounds.
Yeah.
I don't think I have one in here. I don't think.
Yeah, you had that one picture when you're huge and everybody else looked like a freaking little midget.
Yeah, and then he's in wrestling. He's wrestling in high school.
Yes.
And he's just thumping people on the top of the head.
Well, he was bigger than the damn circle where he's supposed to hold the guy down. Shit, you should see some of the pictures. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Those guys look like they're kindergartners compared to him.
Here's one, bro, but you probably can't see it on there, can you?
A little.
That's me holding the wall.
Yeah, it's hard to see.
It's in the book.
It's in the book.
And you know what? So I talked to the editor today or yesterday, and they said that the editing's almost done, And now we just got to do the picture. Hopefully, I'm going to get this thing soon.
Damn,
I'm
about
telling
time.
you, bro.
Maybe the holdup is.
But I was going to say, yeah, yeah. That's why I don't want to contact them or try to go through emails. You know.
Yeah, dude.
But seriously, hey Rick, you know what they gave me for being a state champion? I was 31-0, and nobody scored a point on me till I got to state, and I pinned everybody in the first and second period. And when I got to state, I beat one guy 11-2 and 10-1. And they were the only guys that score on me. And this is what they gave me for being a state champion: this big giant trophy.
Look how small it is.
My
Hey,
head.
in California, they give you a participation trophy and a puppy and some hot cocoa and a safe space.
That's a fact. Peewee's living his best life now. I texted him last night, or I tried to call him, and he texted me back. He says, "I'm entertaining some sushi right now. I'll call you in 45 minutes." I said, Peewee.
Oh man, I usually text him in the morning. Good afternoon.
As soon as I got home before I called you,
Yeah.
I looked at my wife and I said, "Man, I'm starving." And we just left that place. The bill for 3 of us eating sushi was $90. And I can't even eat that much anymore. Like a big guy, I could eat about 5 trays of that shit, 5, 6 trays. Now I eat like 1.5. I do
so good.
too, bro.
Look at BA fell
Couldn't
asleep.
believe it, dude. No, he doesn't know.
Your computer in and out's making him go to sleep.
No.
Hey,
Can you hear me?
you know why his
outside?
hair's all now, Rob?
What happened?
I said, you know why BA's hair is all worn out on top of his head? That's from everybody going like this to him.
Oh, man.
Oh, his son started laughing.
Not
That's
really.
good.
Oh, man.
It's all right. It's okay. It's all good. It's all good.
Hey, I'm not talking about Noah's head because my hair's leaving every day.
Hey, that's like Rick when I was a kid and you part your hair in the middle and you just comb your hair back and you had like the part in the middle there. And everybody said, you always part your hair in the middle? And hey, I went to Catholic school when I was a kid and I was used to the priest going like that. You know what I mean? Top of my head.
Oh, man.
So you part it. Yeah.
My dog went to sleep because that computer's killing him. Look.
That dog ain't bigger than no
Oh,
cat.
boy.
He's out. He's out. He's a Jack Russell. He's out cold listening to Pee-wee's.
Peewee, do you remember the
Unbelievable.
Bridgeport crew?
I got to charge his phone. I don't know why it's not
Bridgeport.
charging.
I've been to Bridgeport quite a few times. I was a prospect, and we were at Bridgeport, and there was a big going on. One of the Minnesota, he's dead now. His name is Ralph. He says, "Come over here once." And I walk over. I was at the door, I was watching the door, and I walked over and I says, "What's up?" And he goes, "Do one of these nitrous balloons with me." And I never did one, Rick, right? And I said, "Man, hey man, I got a job to do, and I don't want to be doing the nitrous. So I said, I'm just gonna go back to the door." And he goes, No. I want to see how you act when you're all high and shit. I don't know you that well. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I grab the balloon, and I'm huffing on it, right? He goes, I take a big hit. Boom, lights out, brother. I fall straight back onto a folding table and snap it in half. And what was on the table was big trays of shrimp cocktail. So when I hit it, there was shrimp flying everywhere, bro. And they says, "You know what the coolest thing why we didn't get mad at you for fucking up the shrimp?" I said, "What?" He said, "When you hit the ground and you came to," we said, "You all right?" And the first thing you said was, "Where's my balloon?" Well, them balloons, man, they wreck you, bro. But the funny part was we were outside by a burn barrel, all these prospects, and a car went by full of all these black dudes, and they go by, and they said something. We said, "Fuck you," and they went around the corner. When they came around the corner, they opened the window, and they threw a hammer at us. and it hit the ground and just comes sliding over to the fire barrel. And one of the guys there picked it up, ran and threw it, and went right through the back window of the car. It was hilarious, bro. I mean, that hammer flew through that like a bullet. I'm sure somebody got hurt, you know?
Yeah.
But they didn't come back around the corner again. But Bridgeport's a pretty good town.
How many
So
tanks?
we
You know
got-
what I mean? I had good times there.
We got somebody who Thank you,
Boy,
Ghost.
these guys with these Bud Light shit.
says some advice you guys would give the younger generation who's interested in joining an MC.
That's a hard one, man, because everybody wants to try to belong to something, but after you belong to something and it goes bad for whatever reason, you don't understand why people do what they do, and it's not always about belonging to something to be important. You don't have to belong to something to be important. I think you can just be yourself and be honorable and give people respect, and you'll go farther on your own than having somebody else try to take you there.
So BA, let's talk about this. Had you not left the club that you started out in to step up to that next level, you'd still be in that club today, right?
The more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.